For my book talk, I decided to review books about hair, specifically African American hair. I chose this topic because it is something that is meaningful to my students, and although I pride myself in having a diverse classroom library, I do not have a lot of books dealing with hair. I decided to make this project a way to find quality books to add to my classroom library. The first book in my book talk is Big Hair Don't Care by Crystal Swain Bates. This book is about a little girl who loves her hair, even though it may be different. This book features rhyming words to show the confidence this little girl feels about her hair. The illustrations in this book show places that are special to this girl, and show her friend that is also confident with her big hair. I like this book because most of the books on hair that I found were about children that needed some kind of help to be confident with their hair. But this little girl is confident with her hair throughout the book. I've got big hair and I'm so proud. It's soft and fluffy like a cloud, and even when it's really loud, you can still find me in a crowd. Crystal Swain Bates is the author and illustrator of this book. She is an African American woman who writes books to close diversity gaps in children's literature and to normalize Black girl magic and Black boy joy, according to her website. Swain Bates also works to help other Black authors publish their work. The second book in my book talk is Hair Like Mine by Latashia M. Perry. This book is part of a series by Perry called Kids Like Mine. Hair Like Mine follows a little girl who becomes upset when she finds out that she is the only one with her kind of hair at school. Her mother reassures her that no two people are exactly alike. The girl is then determined to prove her mother wrong, except she discovers that her mother was right. No two people are the same. She then sees the beautifulness that comes with her uniqueness. I like this book because it shows the power in seeing that you are different and unique. This book also has dialogue that I've heard my students use about their hair and appearance, so it would be a book that my students can relate to and see themselves in. As I laid in bed that night, I thought, maybe she's right. It's kind of cool to know there's no only one me in sight. I love my skin, my nose, eyes, and toes, and this hair of mine, I like it just fine. Latashia Perry, the author of this story, is an African American woman who has 5 children of her own. She created a national hair platform called Secret Life of Curls to help girls and women love and find confidence in their natural hair. The last 2 books in my book talk are by author Natasha Anastasia Tarpley. The first of these books is I Love My Hair. This book is about a little girl named Kiana. The book starts by discussing the process Kiana must go through to get her hair done. By listening to conversations my students have in the classroom about getting their hair done, I know this is something they can relate to. The book goes on to describe the different hairstyles Kiana gets and how they make her feel. Mama puts the comb down and rubs my hurting places. Then she leans in close to me, like she has a big secret to tell me. Do you know why you're so lucky to have this head of hair, Kiana? She asks. I shake my head no. Because it's beautiful, and you can wear it in any style you choose. The words and illustrations in this book are so beautiful. Throughout the story, Kiana's hair is described in so many beautiful ways, such as being soft as yarn when it's put into a puffy little bun, or as a globe when it is in an afro style, or even her favorite style, pigtails, which she describes as having wings and helping her fly. I highly recommend adding this book to your classroom library. The second book by Tarpley about hair is called Bippity Bop Barbershop. At the beginning of the book, Tarpley added an author's note that discusses how she went to a barbershop with her brother when she was little to get her hair cut. She states that during this time, she began to notice special aspects of the barbershop, and how this allowed her to see how special it was for a boy to come in with his dad to get his hair cut for the first time. This book contains the same beautiful words and illustrations that appear in I Love My Hair. In this book, Miles and his dad go to the barbershop for Miles to get his hair cut for the first time. Miles is told over and over again that he has to be brave, but he is not sure what this means. When it is time for Miles to get his hair done, he gets scared and tries to hide, and has his dad go first. Having his dad go first gives Miles the courage he needs to understand what it means to be brave and to get his hair cut. This book showcases several events that occur at a barbershop. It also features several different hairstyles throughout the barbershop. Bippity Bop Barbershop was written to be a companion to I Love My Hair. Tarpley also states in her author's note, there is something magical about the rituals surrounding our hair. Just as my first book, I Love My Hair, sought to capture this tender bond between mother and daughter, Bippity Barbershop celebrates the unique sharing I witnessed between father and son and among the men in the barbershop. These books are dedicated to the sacred spaces we create for one another, where we lay down our guards and defenses and lay our hands on each other's hearts, revealing and reveling in our unique beauty. Let us continue to create more of these spaces in every aspect of our lives. A Guide to Selecting Multicultural Literature states, literary work should be specific to a culture, both in the written work and in our use of it. Aspects of the culture should be embedded in the text and the illustrations. In picture books, the illustration should enhance our understanding of the locale and the characters. We need to keep the cultural and multicultural. If there is no cultural context, the work may represent only a token effort at diversity. Each of the books discussed meet this given standard. Each of these books capture and show different ways African American children may view their hair. These stories also allow other children to see the beauty that comes from being confident with who you are, especially when it comes to hair. These books are powerful ways for children to see the beauty that comes from being unique and not being afraid to wear their hair or other styles in their favorite ways. I cannot wait to share these stories with my students and see the conversations that they start in my classroom. Thank you for listening to my book talk. I hope you found resources to use in your own classroom.